I'm going to stand up on this House floor and I'm going to defend rural Minnesota. Local government aid is the lifeblood of these communities. Those senior citizens trying to stay in their homes, they're the lifeblood of our communities. They built our schools, they built our city halls, they built our infrastructure. Our veterans in those cities, yes, I consider them the lifeblood of our communities and families and businesses. That's where LGA goes to.
And I'm fighting for health care for my constituent who's 19 years old and has diabetes and has to choose between working and not being able to afford her insulin or not working and being able to live. I'm fighting for my constituents who has a child who was born with a pre-existing condition and doesn't have access to health care. Members, we have our legitimate differences, but we want to make sure that we have accessibility, affordability, and quality and choice.
I had a young mom who came to me who handed me the picture of her daughter, Samantha. She's absolutely gorgeous. Samantha has Down syndrome, and this mother asked me to please speak against the cuts to the disabled and stand up for Samantha. And so, folks, I'm standing up tonight for Samantha and her lovely mom to say these cuts are wrong, this isn't a moral document, and please vote no.
Members, I agree we have to cut. But to make it indiscriminate, across the board 15% claim, without acknowledging the real, the hard, and the often dangerous work that these folks are doing, I think is abhorrent.
More than disappointed, I'm angry at the cuts to people with disabilities in this bill.
Let me tell you about Tony. That's not his real name. I haven't gotten permission from his parents to tell his story, so I'm going to call the boy Tony. He's a 6th grader. This makes him like 12 years old. He's had cancer twice now. The last time his family ended up having to take him to Sloan Kettering in New York, because as good as the health care is here in Minnesota, and you're absolutely right, it is, the doctors here couldn't treat Tony. So his family took him to Sloan Kettering, lucky as they are to have health care coverage that covered that, and they gave Tony his lifetime maximum chemotherapy treatment to save his life. Tony's got the mother of pre-existing conditions, and a green vote on this says, Tony, tough luck. You're on your own. You're not important. Tonight I'm voting for Tony.
The bottom line, members, is that a middle-class job is a middle-class job. What you are doing in your state budget is continuing to squeeze the middle class. And over again we've asked, what role in actually solving our challenges, our state deficit, are the richest Minnesotans going to play in your budget deficit? And we have gotten silence. We should all be in this together, members. That is all that we are asking for. We need to do cuts. Everybody needs to do their share. But you got to stop squeezing the middle class. You got to stop putting the entire burden of this budget on the middle class in this state.